So if you are following the trend, I think we are already behind. But let me tell you who exactly I am. I think my friend has already introduced me. But what if I define myself in one word? And if I say I am a recruiter, what comes to your mind? Don't even tell me, right? Because if I go to any stand-up comedy, I never introduce myself as a recruiter, then I know I'm in a fix. Because as a recruiter, I think all you remember us is by saying that I will get back to you, right? And we never get back, is it? So let me address the elephant in the room today, right? Why it happens, how it happens, and what do we do about it? So just look at the numbers. I'll just take you through with few numbers that will give you a clear idea as a recruitment, what we go through and why you go through with what we go through. Okay, so almost 200 million job applications every month against just 0.4 million requisitions. And YOY, it's increasing by 31% every year. And I'm giving you a global data. Indian data is much higher, right? But in terms of requisitions, it's just 7% increase in overall requisitions. If you look at the next, 158 job applications every second, 2.2 billion annual job applications to the recruiters. Just make a guess. How many recruiters you think will have in India or globally? Not more than 3 million, right? If I include everybody in the world. So you can see the kind of thing which happens across recruitment industry. 242 jobs, application per job, almost 2x increase compared to the pre-COVID levels. Where were we before? And if you look at the success rate in terms of conversion, and when I say conversion, I'm talking only about the selects. It's only 0.4%. And this is where we are. And this is what we see. So the challenge today is when the volume goes up, judgment goes down. And the whole recruitment industry is heading towards the rejection and in place of selection. I'm sure you must have heard about a concept called Niti Niti. Look, I'm in the land of Buddha today, right? And sometimes I think as a recruitment professional, I only works on a Niti Niti, right? So he's not good, he's not good, he's not good. Maybe some tool will tell me he's not good, he's not good. And then I left with somebody and I say, okay, he's the only one. We don't have a choice, let's hire. So we are just working without any choices today. So that's one of the reasons why 61% of the time you never receive a response. And let me tell you, in India, it's more than 80%. Since it's a global data, you see 61%. If you look at, there are 20% of the jobs in which a recruiter never get into the application and look at the CV. And I'm sure you all have a complaint that we apply and nothing works, right? We all have experienced it. And see, 20% of the jobs, nobody is looking at it. So one of the challenges, this is hurting recruitment, this is hurting companies, this is hurting industry, because reputation, particularly the recruitment, is the front of the organization and the entire reputation is at stake today. Now, how are we going to solve it? What are we doing about it as a recruiter? When I say I'm a recruiter, and the first thing that comes to my mind, and I am sure each one of us, because we are following the trend, isn't it? Hello? Yeah? So AI will going to fix the hiring. AI will going to respond to you. AI will going to process you. But again, that will take us to where? That will again take us to the rejections. Niti Niti. Because AI will only help me reject. If I ask you, do you trust AI 100%? Hello? No. So what will happen when I don't trust anything 100%? I will only use it to narrow down. And that's what we are using AI for. We are only using it to narrow down and reject, and then we go forward. And that, brings me to something, what I can unfollow and what I can do around it. The first thing in recruitment is about campaigns. How would you get to know that I want to hire you, isn't it? I come to IIM Bodh Gaya, I go to places, I run a campaign, I create a hype, I tell you I'm a great company, isn't it? I tell you this is what the job is all about. It's one of the best places to work. I have 200 jobs available with me. And then you think, oh, there are 200 opportunities. You go, you apply, I create a hype. Nothing wrong about it. It's important to generate a right kind of applications. But when I say right kind of application, it's also about evidences. Right applications can only come once we present right evidences. And we will not give you a hype or a campaign only as a job description. Second important part is the speed. Recruitment is all about speed. So it means when you apply to us and you don't hear back from us in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and you'll hear it back from us after 1 year, what would you think? Do you think this is working then? Do you think the system is working? No. And the most important part is pedigree. So if I just go ahead and I'll tell you like what is the way forward here, we need to unfollow the hype and follow the evidence. It means we need to use technology to assess the judgment. We need to create campaigns that leads to right evidences. We need to use AI which will not reject, which will help us select. We need to create models that will assess you better. And that's how we're gonna go. So for example, if I talk about my company today, I will not say that we are a global company, want to hire investment banking professionals. When I come to you, maybe I will tell you, we are a global BPM company and we would like to hire you for anti-money laundering roles. We would like to hire you for trade life cycle roles. So this is how you understand what we are looking at. And then you will come up with the right skill set in the applications. Then I will tell you what are my Glassdoor skills, Glassdoor rating. I will tell you what is my promotion rate, what is my engagement rate within the company. That's how you will get to know the culture about my company. So I will gonna come and present you evidences and not hype. And this is important. And this also applies to you as an applicant. How will you present evidences to me and not just tell me you are from IIM Bodhgaya? I have 1600 students, which I just got to know from Professor Sahai. You have 1600 students, great. But how would I know what are the skills you have, what you are bringing on table? I'll come to it. Second important part is in the boardroom today, we are not discussing speed of hire. We are discussing quality of hire. We are discussing who we are getting, how will they gonna stay back in the company? How will they gonna deliver? What would be their performance levels? So when we are talking about quality of hire, we don't need to follow the trend. We need to ensure that our entire recruitment process is a selection-oriented process. It is not a rejection-oriented process. And that's where we need to bring in more quality-related parameters here and shape the future. And the most important part is when we look at skill-first hiring. So when we say pedigree hiring, what is pedigree hiring? I would say maybe I'll hire from top B schools. Maybe I'll not hire from others. This is pedigree hiring, right? Because I just put you in a compartment and I would say they are good, they are not so good. But if I go with the skill first hiring, what if I would define the skill and say if somebody is competent enough in these skills, I'm going to hire them. Doesn't matter what is the qualification. And I'm sure we are going towards it, right? We all see language is no more a barrier, right? Where we can see people with a lesser communication skill deliver really much better in the corporate setup. So when we do skill first hiring, we clearly see 24% higher retention rate globally. So this is the way forward here, and how we're going to do it is if you are an applicant, this is for you friends. If you are an applicant, you need to see what you are bringing on the table, and you are not just going by the buzzwords written in the JD. Be very clear where you are applying. Do not be a part of that 2.2 billion applications. If you are one of those, you are also one of the 61% of the figure which you must have just seen. Second is just look at the outcome. If you are getting into an organization, if you are applying to a job, figure out what is an outcome that you will get out of it. Define your outcomes very, very clearly based on your skills. Speak to somebody, do your research, and then only go ahead and apply. and else it won't gonna work. And the most important part is what you are bringing on the table day one. Even if you are a student today, because I'm addressing students, don't think that I'm a student, I'll go to the company and I will learn. It's very important. Yes, you will gonna learn something, but on the day one, in the first 1 week, what is there on the table? What are the skills that you are bringing on the table? And that's very important. Once you have this right in place, there are high chances that you will be the part of the selection oriented process and not the rejection oriented process. For the managers, I'm sure we have few hiring managers here, we have few leaders here, and for them, it is important that we need to get away from the ghost jobs. As a recruiter, I know we post a lot of jobs we do not, where we do not even intend to hire, and we do it for various reasons, right? Because of a client is saying something, we post a job. So I think this is what is killing both the sides. So as a recruiter, I don't do that. I'm sure most of the managers will do away from it. Close the loop. You get the response, right? I think that's a responsibility. You should know what is happening around. And the most important part, when you know that this job is not for you, accept it. It's not for you. Okay? Don't keep pursuing by and again, particularly in an Indian context where the feedback is always not the last feedback. Even when you say, no, you're not good for the job, or we have not shortlisted you, feedback never get closes from both the end. They keep talking. And the most important part for us as a recruiter is we need to go from regular interviews to structured interviews. When I say structured interviews, it's both on the system and as a in-person. And this is more about doing skill-first interviews rather than pedigree-based interviews. And at the end, all I want to tell you is technology is here to make us more human, so that I can do what I can do best as a human. I can go and spend time with my family. I can spend more time in an interview. I can spend more time in conversation, which leads to right outcomes. So AI and technology is only here to assist me to make right judgment. Thank you, everyone. Thanks.